beautiful. Welcome, welcome. Oh, so I absolutely love that song. I feel like whenever I put that song on, it just gives me a new burst of life. Like everything's gonna be okay. And that's what we're here for, you know. We're here to remember every step of the way that everything is going to be okay. And we have an opportunity. The more we do it for ourselves, the more we realize we get to do it for others as well. And something that I've been learning more recently, because I just came out of a really intense fever and parasite cleanse. And I was like at the bottom of the barrel. So even healers, even teachers, you know, we go up and down. But one thing that I had in that time was this beloved freaking community by my side. And that is why I love this work so much, because you build family in containers like this. And I know some of you are new to the container. Some of you have been tapping with me for a while. Some of you discovered me through Boho. We've all entered in different ways. But my deepest gift to everyone is to build community, because not only in community do we get taken care of, we take care of each other, and we have more resource. We learn more, we quickening in our businesses, we share information, you know, and what grows from those spaces is exponential. And that's something that I'm so proud about growing in my community. And so I see a bunch of our graduates, I see a bunch of our new students coming in. Hi, love. So good to see you. I called in moral support today. I was like, I'm coming out of a fever. And here we are. So thank you for showing up. I would love to know from everyone here today, how did you connect with me personally? Like, how did you learn about tapping through me? Have you done tapping with me before? Have you done another program before? Did you get introduced through another platform? I know we have some boho beautiful people right here today as well. And so hello to everyone there. And yeah, let's see. Okay, so Chelsea, boho, beautiful Johanna, boho. Kate Austin, yes. Oh my God, I love those guys. Paul Green, boho. Yay for the boho community. For those that don't know boho, we just released a program on their platform about healing our inner universe, which was a really fun program we did. Tapping for 4 years. Boho, boho. Tulum. Hi, sister. Found you on Facebook. Lovely to tap with you again. Beautiful. Awesome. So we're going to go on a journey today, and we're going to do a few things. I'm going to give you a little run of the show. We're going to go over some important things that you can learn so that you can improve yourself and discover if really becoming a tapping coach is your thing. What I would say to each and every one of you is you are all healers, right? There is a call inside of you to help. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be on this particular call with me. There is an intuitive gift. There is a desire. You naturally attract people around you that are asking for advice or getting consulted by you for things that they need. That's all some of the roles of the healer. So as you start to turn those pieces on, then you start to realize, okay, like naturally I'm a healer. Okay, that's why I'm here. Is being a tapping coach going to be supportive for me to step into the most powerful healer that I can be at this chapter in my life? So that's why you're all here. I will say, and I might be a little biased, but one of the things for me with this career as a tapping coach is it's not only something you get to share with others, it's something that you have for your whole life. And when you master the skill, it's like you take yourself through sessions all the time, and you can reset your nervous system, and you're continually being able to upgrade yourself through the rest of your life. Because let's be real, you know, life is about growing, it's about evolution. When life happens, death happens, disease happens, birth happens, all the things. So in between all of that is growth. When we have a tool like tapping, which I'm so grateful for, It's there by your side every step of the way. And then if you really want to start building a business and you want to really have impact and you want to make it a mission, that's when you start to ask, could this really be the tool to do that as well? So we're going to go a little deeper into that. I'm going to head on over to a little PDF to give you a little journey of what we're going to go through should you become a tapping coach. Okay, so what we're going to go over today in our masterclass is we're going to look at some of my top learnings as a coach. So regardless of if you decide to become a tapping coach with me or not, you're going to leave with some really freaking powerful pieces of wisdom for your career as a healer in any way. And it is my deepest honor to share these because I learned them sometimes the very hard way, but I'm really happy to pass them on. Number two, we're going to look at the impact of tapping. You can discover the profound influence you can have as a tapping coach. We're going to go through a really awesome tapping experience to tap you into your deep level of listening to see if this is the path for you. And then we're going to do a Q&A as well. So that's what we're going to move through. Before I continue, I just want to have a little wave. I don't know if you guys can see Catrice out there and Veda out there. So I have two people on the team. There's Veda, she's waving, and we have Catrice. You're going to meet Catrice later. These ladies are family for me. Catrice came into my life probably, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago. And we've been soul sisters. She's been through the training in and out, and she is an amazing coach and leader in her own right. And the same thing with Veda, also a graduate from 2 years ago. So these ladies are with us today. They're in the program as well, but just wanted to do a quick little intro there. All right, so let's have a look back here. What is tapping? Okay, so many of you have experienced tapping, of course. When you go into a program like this, you learn a lot more of the intellectual side of tapping as well. Most of us get turned on by tapping because we just see it work in our own life. We don't necessarily even know about the meridian system or how it's working with psychology or neuroplasticity, but there is a lot of science behind it, and there's a lot of proof in the industry now showing that tapping actually is scientifically proven to work. And some of these come from Chinese medicine, understanding how it works with the meridian system, modern psychology, some of the call and responses that you might get in a traditional therapy session, being able to process information, stories, memories, and then neuroplasticity, which is really cool because it's rewiring our belief systems, replacing old patterns, empowering lasting change. And so you'll learn all about this in a deeper program, but this is really what we're doing when we're doing tapping. It's like 3 in 1, which is why it moves so fast. Okay, so who is this masterclass for? So if you have been hearing the call inside and you want to see if becoming a tapping coach is a right fit, this is going to be a perfect class for you. It's not going to be a good class for you if you're not ready to do some of the inner healing work and you're not quite ready to commit to your life's mission. You might have a struggle with this class because I'm going to be inviting you to choose what you want, to get clear on your mission, to get clear on your dharma, and then also to be courageous to look at blocks that might be holding you back so that you can clear them out so that you can step into more potential. So that's all to say. The requirements are an ability to open up, self-reflect, and see if it's the right path for you. All right, so here's a little story I'm going to take you on just to show you the journey that I've had since 2009. So in 2009, I had a lot of my PTSD coming up from early sexual abuse. And I started going on a self-help rampage for many years, actually, trying to figure out what my PTSD from the sexual abuse was and things like that. So I studied and worked and also taught in a lot of modalities for a good few years. So I was doing Reiki, NLP, yoga, meditation, somatic movement. I slowly had business growth with that. Over the years, it was slowly growing. but it wasn't like a rocket ship, and I didn't really have the support or mentoring. So I just was a dedicated healer that was in love with healing. And I was fortunate enough to attract people in to my orbit, but it wasn't always enough to necessarily sustain me all by myself. When I discovered tapping in 2012, that's when everything started to shift. I cleared out all the PTSD in my body, and I began working with my teacher at the time full time as her assistant. And I went to all of her teacher training retreats, and I assisted her in doing all of her video production, actually, in producing all the content, writing all the booklets, getting everything sorted. And then by the time 2015 came around, I realized that I had a new form of tapping that I was already teaching, because I'd studied so many other modalities that I wanted to create my own style. So I started launching my own certification retreats in 2015. And my first one was a sellout retreat in Ojai, California. And some of the women and the men in those programs are still some of my favorite humans on the planet still, the bonds that you create. So after that, I then started selling out my workshops, attracting clients, running more retreats. Things started to shift. I went on tour with Don Miguel Ruiz, with Deepak Chopra, and started to build my profile around what I was doing. I then raised close to $1 million for my business in 2017. I started getting booked as a tapping expert on platforms like Mind Valley, Commune, Gaia TV. All of these things started to pop in. And then we expanded into an office. So I got to experience what office life was like. We had a film studio and a whole team, and we were producing a lot of content, and it was a busy, buzzing little vortex. Then COVID hit, and we realized that it was time to close the office, obviously, and we decided to become mobile. And within that, I decided to use it for my benefit. And I'm such a traveler and I love seeing the world. So over the past 3 years, I've traveled pretty much 7 months out of the year and run my business wherever I go. I produce events myself wherever I go. I run my online digital programs. And so everything is completely digitally online, and all my teams are remote now. So that's basically the journey I've been on. So everything from running an office to running a remote situation to all of the things, and lots of learnings. So let's have a look at some of my big learnings along the track. Now, the top 4 big mistakes. There are so many learnings, and when you go deeper with me, I share them all. But these are the ones that really stood out to me. So the first one is intuition neglect. So oftentimes when you're just starting out, you often just listen to what everyone else says, and you just follow what everyone else is doing. And it's not necessarily tuning into your own intuition, which is why you're here, right? So one of the things that happened to me, especially when we brought in a large investment, is I started to listen to the investors and to outside viewpoints on the direction of the business, without really tuning into my intuition. And so now everything is based on intuition, and I love to teach that with my students as well. The next part, which is a bit of a surprise to some people, is rapid growth. I think a lot of the time people think, oh, rapid growth is amazing. But a lot of the time when things are growing really quickly, you don't get to do things as detailed as possible, and you do drop a lot of things because there's just so many moving pieces. And I realize for most early bird coaches that are just starting out, the most important thing for you to do is just start booking clients. And that's really simple and really easy to do. I think a lot of the time we think, oh, well, I got to do the podcast, and then I got to do this, and then I got to do the newsletters and the blogs and the da-da-da. And all of that is like production, which kind of takes me into the third piece. But with the rapid growth, if you can just focus on bringing in high quality clients, building some high quality products, and nurturing people, that's all you really need to do to get into a really highly successful game. And just really be aware of your time so that you're investing it in the right places. Balancing business and heart. So not having a healthy balance in time spent in building the business and time spent in the actual art of healing. So all of these are confronting, you know, because when you're a healer, it's, I just am so excited to go and share my gifts. And then you step into business, and business is a different side of the brain. You know, you're becoming entrepreneurial, you're using the intellect more, you're navigating systems, you're managing teams as they grow and things like that. So that's a different side of the brain than the intuitive side when you're healing. And something that happened to me earlier on in the game is I end up spending so much time in building the business and less time in the actual art of healing. And my passion started to shift, which is why now I really encourage, like, the most important thing is the healing. We're going to build our businesses, but don't let it take over your life. Because you're in it because you're here to help others, not just to build a marketing engine and things like that, right? And people feel it. People feel when you're embodied, and people feel it when you're in a business marketing strategy and you're not taking time out, etc. So that was what I would definitely say for business. And incorrect priorities. So for me, when I went into business building, personal time, lifestyle, connection with friends and family became a lot less. And I realized coming out of that, like, why would we sacrifice that? It's a really good question to ask ourselves, because most of the world do it, but we are human beings, not human doings. And having this balance in our life is what makes life beautiful as well. So having that balance of priorities is important. So intuition first, keeping it simple, having a balanced lifestyle, and then a holistic approach. So you're getting a little bit of a taste of what I choose to bring in as an embodiment to what I teach. Embodied healing, it's all about embodying the transformation inside of yourself. Not just like, you're not just going to school to understand a technique. You're going to school to up level your life. You're going to school so that you can up level your embodiment. You're going to school so that you can embody more deeper levels of love and forgiveness and compassion. That's what you're really going to school for. The technique and all the other stuff is, anyone can learn that. But the embodiment part is what I'm really here to teach. And when you can embody, that's when you become the transmission for your clients, because they feel it. They feel the truth resonating in your being. So embodiment is number one. Creative integration, play, adventure, including all that creativity into your business model as well, so that you feel like you're expanding, not just in your business, but in your creativity. And that's really fun to turn on that side of the brain. And then time management, ensuring that you have spaciousness and balance in your professional and personal life. So as you can see, a lot of this that's come through for me is about balance. And I'm so happy that I'm here to teach that, because a lot of people won't teach balance or teach, keep going until you get more success, keep creating. But we all know, because we've all been there, when you are exhausted, such as me 3 weeks ago when I got a fever, I was just like pushing myself too much. And when you push yourself too much, you cannot show up for the world around you, which is why it's so important to take care of yourself. And that is the number one thing that I like to teach, because it's the number one thing that I'm always practicing, and holding each other accountable for that is super important. So this is a little bit about what we're doing. We're going to dive into a tap right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to really support you in getting clear on, first of all, what is your mission? What wants to come through you? What is that power that wants to come through your life force right now, in your life, in your service? And as we tune into that, what is blocking it? Okay? So that we can clear the blocks, so that it can become more empowered in your being and an easier overflow inside your life as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you guys do a short meditation with me, and then we'll dive into it together. All right. So just turning off any distractions. Letting yourself just arrive now in the space. This is for you. This is my offering for you, my gift for your evolution today. And just place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Taking a long, slow, deep breath into the belly and then the chest. Exhaling with a sigh. Taking another deep breath into the belly and then the chest. Exhaling with a sigh. Really letting out that sigh. Taking one more deep breath into the belly and the chest. Fill your whole system up. Hold the breath for a moment. And on the exhale, I really want you to make some sound. Let it out. Ah. Feeling your heartbeat in your chest. Feeling yourself in the space right now on this journey into tapping. To allow it to reveal to you if this is your path forward. To allow this process to support you in getting clarity, your mission, why you're here, what your sacred service is, the way to give back to all of creation. I want you to now tune into the part of yourself that chose to show up today. Why did you choose to show up today? What was it that compelled you to come here? And then I want you to start massaging underneath the collarbones with me right now. And as you tune into why you showed up today, what encouraged you to be here, I want you to say it out loud. I chose to be here because, and just say what that is. I chose to be here because, say why that is. Tapping the center of the chest. I chose to show up today because. And I just want you to write in the chat area right now why you chose to show up today. And then come back to tapping on the chest. Okay, curiosity, prioritizing well-being, committed to my life mission, curiosity, learn and improve, benefits of tapping, inside harmony, love, tired of to be here today because this will help me with my own healing, feeling loss, coming in to heal, for clarity on how to support children, beautiful, to open up the vessel for a brighter future because I deeply connected and had an emotional release through boho, beautiful. Jump into action, yes. Curiosity and just following my intuition, learning to feel better, renewing and committing to being a healer through tapping, finding my mission, being of service to humanity. So these are the percolations on top of a much deeper impulse that we may not always have contact to, but there is a deeper impulse in our being, which is why we hear it in our thoughts. Because that's part of a deeper karmic choice you've made. And part of discovering that is the curiosity. So let's tap the center of the chest and let's go into this. Part of me feels like I'm supposed to help the world. Tapping the front of the ribs. Part of me loves helping others. Tapping the side of the ribs. But part of me is afraid of what it means to fully become a coach. Part of me is afraid of what it fully means to step into leadership. Tapping the side of the wrist. Part of me doesn't know if I can step into leadership. But part of me wants to step into leadership. Part of me wants to help. Even though part of me is afraid. Tapping the side of the thumb. And I want you just to tune into any part of you right now that's afraid of having a mission that's to help others. What comes up for you when you think about, oh, if I have to help the world, or if I have to help others, or if I have to build a business, or what's the block around that choice for you? What is it for you? And we all have different blocks. Tapping the next finger. My block is, tell me what your block is. Tapping the middle finger. My block is. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. My block is, say what it is out loud. And when you tune into that block and how it affects your life, does it self-sabotage your life? Does it bring you down? What are the limiting emotions that you feel when that block has arisen for you? It makes me feel, just say out loud. And what does that make you feel? What are the 3 most limiting emotions that it makes you feel? Tapping the inside of the little finger. It makes me feel. And for those who've done the boho, we're doing different points and more points in the tap today. You're learning more points. Tapping the side of the hand. Don't get so fixated on if we're tapping the right point though. We're always tapping the right point. This block, say what the block is. Makes me feel. What does it make you feel? Tapping the top of the head, and that makes me stuck. I've been feeling really stuck here. And I want you to feel into that stuck energy. Perhaps it's holding your power back. What does that feel like in your body to feel stuck? Tapping all around the head, back of the head, top of the head. I want you to lean into the discomfort of the stuck feeling right now and get really uncomfortable with it just for a moment. And take a big, deep breath and release a big sigh. Stretch open the mouth, big, deep breath, big sigh. Pull tapping between the brows. Even though I've been stuck here, tapping the temples. I love and accept myself. Even though I've been blocked and holding myself back. I love and deeply accept myself. Tapping the cheeks, even though I've been doubting myself. Tapping underneath the nose, even though I've been thinking I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. It's too hard. It's too much work. I can't be successful. Even though it feels like a lot of pressure. And feel the pressure right now, because we want to clear the pressure so it becomes easy. Feel what the pressure feels like when you put all that pressure on you to perform, to succeed, to have this, to do that. All of that pressure has nothing to do with the healing. That's your ego. It's not yours. So let's feel the pressure you've been putting on yourself. Tapping the center of the chest, even though I've been putting so much pressure on myself. It's possible I can relax. It's possible I can relax. And let my gifts shine. It's possible I can relax into my gifts. It's possible my gifts know exactly what to do. Tapping the front of the ribs. It's possible. It's easier than I think. It's possible it's easier than I think. Tapping the side of the ribs. I want it to be easier than I think. And I want you to imagine what would happen to your healing powers, your gifts, your ability to show up and serve if you just took off the pressure. If you just turn down the thermometer on the pressure for a moment and just let the healing gift shine. And just feel all of that pressure being released right now. And feel what comes out on the other side when that is released. What happens in your life and your healing gifts when you let go of the pressure? When you let go of even the confusion to know, the pressure to know. You just let yourself organically reveal. Can you trust yourself enough in this way, same way you trusted yourself to come here today? Tapping the side of the wrist. Okay, you guys ready to do that with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to give it a try. Okay. So I want you to feel into whatever pressure you're putting on yourself about your mission. Around having a mission, needing a mission, around being able to succeed, all this stuff. Feel into it right now. Feel the discomfort. And then imagine it getting a great, big, warm, compassionate hug from your higher self. Your loving healer self. Beautiful. Take a big, deep breath into all of that love. Beautiful. Tapping the side of the thumb. And if you didn't have all of this pressure, what would you do? how would you share your gifts? If you didn't have all of this external belief around where you should be by now, or what you should be doing and how much you should be doing of it, and how far along you should be, if you could just come into the present moment knowing that you're in the perfect place right now, what would you do? Tapping the next finger, I would say what you would do out loud. What type of gifts do you share freely? How would you show up for the world around you with that spaciousness? How would your own embodied spaciousness help others heal? So this is the ticket right here, right now. It's healing ourselves so that we can heal others. Becoming embodied vessels of whole human beings so that we can show others the way. And we do this in our physical health. We do this in our businesses. We do this in our families. We do this in our circles. We do this everywhere. We find the wholeness. Tapping the next finger. I'm ready to step into something new. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I really want to step into something new. Tapping the inside of the little finger. It's possible. It's time. Tapping the side of the hand. It's possible. It's time to step into something new. And just feel that in your life right now. Is it time? Do you feel like there's a new door that wants to open? Is it time? Just feel into the field without all the thought. Like, is it time in your life for that new door to open? Possible, it's time. Tapping the top of the head. It's time for a new way. Tapping between the brows because the old way is not working anymore. Tapping the temples. The old way is boring. Tapping the cheeks. I actually want something new. I want new energy. I want new life force. I want to show up differently. I want to be a beacon of love for the world around me. I want to create peace wherever I go. I want to share the joy of my being. I want to heal parts of me I've hidden from. And I want to step into my power. I want to step into my power. Tapping underneath the nose, take a big, deep breath, release a big sigh. Ah. Good. Tapping underneath the lips. I'm ready to step into my power. I'm worthy of stepping into my power. Tapping the center of the chest. And I want you to tune into any final excuse for why you wouldn't step into your power. And trust me, there are excuses. But that's all they are. They're excuses to you stepping into your power. Because you can be, do, create, and have whatever you like. You are a creator being. You are a God being. You're made in the image and likeness of everything. You are creator. So what is an excuse that you have that would stop you from stepping into this new level of leadership in your life? Tapping the front of the ribs. The thing that's been holding me back is, say what it is. Tapping the side of the ribs, and that's understandable. It's been really hard here. It's understandable. I feel blocked here. It's understandable. I don't fully know the way through. It's understandable that sometimes I'm scared. It's understandable. Sometimes I feel stuck. All of it is understandable. And I accept that it's been hard for me. Tapping the side of the wrist, and I want you just to tune into how hard that's been for you. And I want you to tune into what comes up when that's really hard. And as you tune into what comes up when that's really hard, what thoughts are there? And what emotions are there? Take a big, deep breath, release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the thumb. And as you tune into those limiting thoughts and those limiting emotions around that topic, what is your earliest memory you have of having those same thoughts around that topic? Because it's likely that that's repeating itself right now. When was the first time you remember having that thought? Did you pick it up from a family member or from seeing someone do something over and over? Did something happen that made you shut down? What's an earlier memory? Just go back as soon as you can. Tapping the next finger. It reminds me of, tell me what it reminds you of. Tell me what that memory was. Even if you can't go all the way back, find the most recent. Tapping the next finger. The most painful part of that memory was what? Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. That's when I really started to doubt myself. That's when I started to doubt my gift as a healer. That's when I started to shut down my power. It's possible my healing power can heal anything. And what is it that you're struggling with right now? Is it possible that your healing power could also heal that right now? Is it possible? You're dealing with finances, you're dealing with time, you're dealing with anything, right? Is it possible that your healing can heal that too? But there's no limit to what healing can do. Tapping the little finger. And I want you to tune into that memory right now where the most painful part was hitting. Tapping the side of the hand. And while you're in that memory and you're feeling the pain of it, I want you to imagine in the memory, while in the pain, feeling it in your body. Where is it in your body? Feel the sensation. Let yourself be with it just for a moment. Open your eyes in the memory. Look over to the corner of the frame. There is your higher self standing in the corner of the frame right now. The self that is connected to infinite levels of healing and wisdom and love and compassion. And I want you to see your higher self right now. Go over to that younger version of yourself. Wrap their arms around you and pick you up in the biggest hug of your life. Feel the love, feel the hug coming in right now from your higher self. In that moment, feel all of the support, all of the compassion. Feel yourself receiving the love and support right now. Now take a long, deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale with a big sigh. You're doing so good. Well done. Tapping the top of the head. And in that memory right now, you're looking at your higher self in the eyes. They're there with you, holding you right now. And as they're looking at you in the eyes, they have a message that they want to share with you as part of this transformation right now. See what that message is, hear what that message is, see your higher self looking at you deeply in the eyes right now with the deepest level of certainty and conviction that this is the truth from your higher self. Receive the message right now and say it out loud. My higher self is telling me. Say what that is. Tapping between the brows. My higher self is telling me. Say what it is. Tapping the temples. My higher self is telling me. Beautiful. Good. Let that soak in. Let that sink into your being right now. Tapping the cheeks. My higher self is telling me. Say it out loud. Let yourself drink it up into every cell. Like you're quenching that thirst right now. Drink in that truth. Tapping underneath the nose. My higher self is telling me. Big, deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping underneath the lips, and it's possible that this is true. This is true. And I can trust this. I've got everything I need to trust this. Okay, I want you to all, for moral support right now, I want you to all write in what your message was from your higher self. Write it into the chat right now and then come back to tapping on the chest. You are loved and supported. Saying these out loud with me. You are safe. Trust. Feeling every word as you bring this into your being and into your mission and why you're here on the planet. We have always had it. You just needed to believe. You are worthy, and all you need to do is live with integrity. Fuck everyone that doesn't believe in you. You are amazing. Good one. Love that. Any amount of healthy, secure support is possible for me. You are meant for this. Not to hide and be by myself. Grab every opportunity. I am healed. Your lived experience has not been for you alone. I am a beacon of light. I am worthy of love. Believe in love. Saying this with us for the whole group right now. This is a collective prayer for ourselves and each other. Chant it out loud. We voice this into expression. I am worthy of love. Saying it with power. Saying it with conviction. The more you believe it, the more your cells will believe it. The more your health will shift. The more your reality will shift. The more dimension you live in will change. And it starts from now. Believe in love. It was the best starting point. You can do it. You can always be loved. I am good enough to love and accept myself as a healer. I am here with you. You don't have anything left to prove. You can do this. Never doubt yourself. I'm good enough. Be brave. I can do everything. Let go of all negative voices. I can find a way to do this financially. It must be now. Feel into this right now. Feel all of these prayers right now. Close your eyes. The collective field, what we've just created with all these intentions. Feel everyone tapping together in community right now. Everyone tapping in the field together. Co-harmonizing the field. Synchronized by our field together. Feel everyone holding each other. Feel yourself drop into the collective field as you are held and being held. Let yourself surrender into that field. It is safe. Repeating after me. It is safe to relax into this. I am receiving now. Say this a few times. I am receiving now. I am receiving now. Really claim this. You're ready. I am receiving now. Feel what it feels like to receive from the collective field. Take a big deep breath into it. Let your whole system be nourished. Exhale with a sigh. Beautiful. So that I can give. I am receiving so that I can give. And that's what it's about. Feel the great cycle of your ability to give is your ability to receive. Feel the balance in receiving and giving both simultaneously circulating through your system. Feel what that feels like. Feel yourself receiving financially. Feel yourself receiving in education. Feel yourself receiving in clients. Feel yourself receiving in love. So feel yourself receiving in support, mentorship, encouragement, a support system, a new family around you. Feel what it feels like to have a support field guiding and supporting you because you are worthy of receiving so that you can give. Feel this right now. Feel what that feels like to fully receive right now. Feel what it feels like to receive from me and from the field that we collectively co-create. Lean into how good that feels. Tune into the sensations of that, surrendering and letting go, feeling held. Taking a long, deep breath into that, releasing a great big sigh. Tapping the side of the ribs. I love and deeply accept myself. And it is time. It is time to step into my life more powerfully. I love and deeply accept myself. And I can do this. I love and deeply accept myself. And I have everything it takes. Feel that right now, that inner power. Take a deep breath into that, release a big sigh, tapping the ribs. Beautiful. I want you to tap the center of your chest right now. And I want you just to imagine right now, tapping both hands. Close your eyes and just tune into the beat of your hands right now. Feeling all of the love surrounding you right now. Tune into what you want to do for the next 6 to 8 months of your life. What wants to happen in your life in the next 6 to 8 months? And I want you to feel that happening in the most beautiful, nourishing, supportive, expansive, joyful ways. Tapping the front of the ribs. Go ahead and write down in the chat what you're doing in the next 6 to 8 months that feels deeply nourishing for you, for your gifts, for your service, for your life, for your wellness. Tell me what's coming through next 6 to 8 months. Yeah. Excited by this. Launching my first online 4-month program. Yes, Wendy! Making money through my music. Sam, hallelujah. Healing others while healing myself. They can belong together. That is what life is. Publishing my book. Beautiful. All of these things can come through. Holding gatherings. Paying off credit cards. Being the best mother I can be. Living my dreams. Becoming certified. Training for a half marathon. Beautiful. Tapping the side of the ribs. And I want you to see your life fully lit up by that right now. Beautiful. Take a big, deep breath. Release a big sigh. Ah. All right. And now, let's take a moment. Placing our hands out in front of us. Imagine that you're holding an invitation right now. And this invitation is a beautiful, ancient, parched paper with an ink pen about to write on it. And the message that is on this parched piece of paper with ink is a message from me. And I write the following. If you decide that becoming a tapping coach is a path for your growth, your service, and your mission, I promise to you with every ounce of my being that I will support you in making that happen. I will support you and bring the teams around you and build the community around you so that you may flourish in the deepest ways possible. And that my love is devoted to you and to this family. And if you choose to join me, I promise to make it as deeply healing as deeply joyful and fun. And I want to thank you for taking this moment to even tuning into the possibility with me to become a tapping coach, so that we may shift the paradigm on the planet from suffering to love, so that we may heal humans on the planet that are lost in the darkest night of their souls, so that we may lift the vibration, so that humanity knows peace, so that wars will cease, and that love is remembered in every human being. And that is my promise. And if you choose to join with me, I thank you for joining me on this crazy mission that I know is possible. Let's all take a deep breath in. And exhaling. We just take this moment right now to sit in our own field. Coming into your own field, your own frequency. Feeling your body right now. And coming into the space. I never know where these sessions are going to go, to tell you the truth. That just came through in the moment. So, and that's what often happens, which is what I like to teach as well, that the moment will speak through us and that we can be so tapped in that we allow the moment of intelligence to work through us, to work with the people around us and what we're doing. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing all of these beautiful things that you are bringing into your life and the importance of having these things in our life that create harmony and balance and joy as human beings. As you probably got a little taste, I care very deeply about this work, not only for individual personal healing, but the deep collective healing that needs to happen on the planet right now. And I wish I was someone that could just like check out and just sit on the beach in Tulum all day. And I've done that, you know. I live a very blessed life. I travel where I want. I live in exotic locations, and I'm still showing up for the planet. And I'm showing up for people, and I'm showing up for humans. And my intention with training coaches is so that it's not all on my shoulders, because I'm carrying a lot. I feel a lot. And I know like most healers feel a lot too. We feel it for what's happening on the planet, you know, the wars and the pain and things that don't need to be there, intergenerational healing that can happen. And tapping is a method that can do it. It's scientifically proven to rewire epigenetics, to rewire intergenerational pain, which is why we're having so many of the wars. And the repeats of conflicts in families and all of this can be healed. And when I can train coaches, I know that there are coaches all over the planet right now doing their thing, you know, running circles, helping other people, a part of causes, doing work with one-on-ones, doing groups, and it's spreading. And that makes me the happiest human being on the planet, to know that it's spreading. And it's a commitment, and it's a you're going to continue to learn as I continue to learn, to not hold it so heavy, and to get the systems in place, and to keep showing up. But our world is calling for it, and what better use of our time than helping us shift the paradigm that we're in right now, so that our children and the future generations can actually have a go at real happiness, health, and joy, and harmony and peace within themselves, within their family, their culture, as nations, and as countries together, and as a planet. And one of the things I love most about this program is we have such an international crew. And everyone's meeting up with each other in different parts of the planet. They're becoming best friends because you go deep together for 6 months. You know, you're tapping together, you're healing together, and you develop really deep bonds. And then you grow your businesses, and you support each other, and you promote each other, and things grow, and you learn from each other. And so this is a really, really beautiful family that you can welcome yourself into if you're ready. So I'm going to give you a little share in what it is that the program is, and then we'll have some time for Q&A as well. So this, you'll get a link. Veda can leave it in the chat. So this is basically your invite page. You're going to discover how to liberate yourself and the world with a tapping business you love. So once again, it's about you, and it's about you building a business and your mission. It's a 6-month program with 250 hours of training. So you're going to not only discover how to create positive impact in your own life, clear out all of your own personal blocks and continue to work on them, and to have a tool that you have for your whole life, because there's no end. You want to hit a certain target financially, and then you're like, okay, well, why don't I go for another target, right? So there's a few things with that particular piece. The upper level, there's no limit. The thing that we have to really do the healing around is, let's find happiness right here. When happiness is right here, everything else comes through. So that's a big part of the program. And then you'll learn a lot of the financial, a lot of the mental, emotional techniques. We're going to go through 4 different phases. So the first phase is mastering your emotions. You're going to transmute emotional blocks, pain, limiting habits, anything that's holding you back personally. That's the first 6 weeks of the program. You'll facilitate life transforming one-on-one sessions. You remember how to turn on your innate power that's already there with using the technique of tapping. You'll lead powerful group classes. You'll learn how to hold groups, how to do them online, on Zoom, in person. And then we're going to spend a nice portion of it in expanding your business, discovering how to really build an empire. And there's a lot of information, and everyone comes in at different points. But we start you from the very beginning and we take you all the way to the top. You can start wherever you are, and your journey will be as long as the points you cover. So let's talk a little bit more about phase 1. You're learning to love yourself again. You're gaining confidence to go for your dreams. You're empowering yourself to take healing into your own hands. You're learning how to create tapping scripts. You're practicing the basic tools. You're learning level 1 and 2. At the end of level 1 and 2, which is in phase 1, you're going to have the tools to start sharing it with the world. Some of our students go out and start charging right away and start booking coaching services. Some other students start taking donation-based at this point after week 6. It's up to you. You have the basics at that point. Then we move into phase 2, which are the advanced techniques. These are the techniques that I know are crucial if you really want to hold someone through anything. Because there are a lot of programs out there that might be 6 weeks, but they don't talk about trauma-informed therapy. They don't talk about how to really work with the breath. It's just the technique. So this particular phase, which is very deep, it goes into breath, somatic movement, how to work with music, NLP, how to work with deep-rooted emotional issues from childhood, how to activate new states of bliss, and then also working on a lot of taboo tapping scripts as well, which I'll go into shortly. You're going to learn how to coach groups. You're going to discover intimacy building exercises, how to create positive, healthy, safe group dynamics that create intimacy. And you're going to design events. You're going to choose a niche. You're going to experience practice sessions with small breakout groups within the actual training itself. And you're going to have a really deep shared dynamic so that you can practice in group settings as well. A lot of the time, the students will pair off and they'll have little practice sessions with like 3 or 4 people throughout the week where they're practicing groups as well. Then we go through the business of tapping. And like I said, this is very deep. You're going to learn the skills to do heart-based selling. Number 1, how do we really invite people in from the heart versus from a selling culture? And we go into that very deeply so that you're really communicating your soul value and you're coming from a place of abundance and generosity while inviting people to purchase your programs. And so that's a really deep practice. We go into discovery calls, packages, all that, those kinds of things, how to build your community. We look at a lot of apps, pre-approved programs, client database. We do a lot of work in terms of your financial projections for a year, how to forecast, how to adapt, how to do financial forecasts every 3 months to make sure you're making what you need to make. All of this kind of stuff goes into the business. Then we have a couple of weeks after, which is the bi-weekly 90-minute sessions. for anything that you need after the program. So extra support, client questions, business coaching, all that kind of stuff happens there. All right, if you want to book a call, Catrice, our beloved sister who I'll be inviting on to have a chat shortly. Actually, why don't we bring Catrice on right now, since we're going to talk about becoming a tapping coach and you can schedule a call with her. Catrice, why don't you jump on and then I'll come back to sharing.
Beautiful. Thank you, sister. Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be in this container. It feels so good and inspiring. I needed this today as well. So I'm Catrice Goddard, and like Jen said, we've been knowing each other 9 years, Jen. Where's the time going? I know we haven't aged, but somehow it's 9 years. Um, so with that, I love this word. And what's really coming up for me right now is just to really focus on that word of liberation, how liberating it is to have these skills and to be able to share with our friends, family, and communities. So it's my honor to support you all, to answer any questions. If you want to schedule a call, we can go kind of deep dive, look at what, your flow of your life is, if it's a right fit, and I can answer any nuanced questions that come up for you. A big thing too, because someone wrote in the chat that she was feeling a bit down after election date. And it just brings me to this powerful understanding that healing work is activism work. It's a critical and pivotal aspect of activism when we learn that we cannot always control circumstances in our personal life, in the global world, but we can always liberate, heal, and reduce our own suffering in our life. That is a great gift to give to ourselves and the world. So it's an honor to meet you all, and I hope to, meet you on a call.
Thank you, beautiful Catrice. Yes, Catrice is, she was one of my very first graduates from the retreats that I did way back in the day. And became certified through the retreats and then started working with us for many years. So you'll be in great hands. If you want to ask her any questions, she'll be available and you can definitely jump on a call with her.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to continue down. If you do want to see the full syllabus, you can download it here. It's a week by week plan of what happens over the duration of the program. So during the actual program itself, you're going to have all of your questions answered. We also have a dedicated Dream Awake support person. So you're going to have a mentor assigned to you who is a senior tapping coach. And that senior tapping coach is going to be checking in with you once a month to see how you're doing, to see how you're progressing, to see if there's any blocks to help you move through. So that's happening in the background. Then in addition to that, we have a WhatsApp group. Every day, Monday to Friday, I'm on there. The whole community's on there. Everyone's chatting, asking each other questions, getting clarification, talking about things. So it's a really active and busy WhatsApp group as well, if you want to be a part of that group or if you have specific needs. But then, of course, we always have a support email. And then once a week, we have our live tapping immersions, group discussions, and curriculum that happen. And then from phase 2 onwards, there's weekly tapping trades as well. So you'll be pairing off and practicing with each other. So this is just a little example of what might happen. Every Monday, you get access to your personal study. Tuesday, there's a live class. It's a 90-minute class. It's either between 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. PST or 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. PST. There's always a recording. So if you have questions and you can't make the live, you can leave them in the WhatsApp group or email them to us and they'll get answered in the call as well. Once a month, the mentoring, and then during the week at your own leisure, you can do your personal study. There's a bunch of there's assignments, there's quizzes, there's videos, there is challenges to work with each other, create your own tapping scripts, lots of kind of fun activities that happen week to week. So you're looking probably at about 5 to 7 hours a week if you're updated with the curriculum. Occasionally we have a week off just to help everyone catch up. Sometimes you have a really busy week and you couldn't attend or do the work that week. And so occasionally we have weeks to catch up as well. And it's okay if you're running behind, you can always catch up, and we'll be there for you when you're ready. These are just some of the people that I mentioned that I've had the beautiful opportunity to collaborate with. Yeah, myself and Deepak. I've had a couple tours now, most recently in Mexico together, and then Don Miguel around Colombia. I'm a Mind Valley author, and Michael Beckwith, yeah, many years ago, worked very deeply with him as part of the 2012 shift and some programming that we were collaborating on. So that's a little bit about me. To become a certified tapping coach, you only need to do it at home. You don't need to come to a retreat. You can do it at the comfort of your own home. You can do it in your own timing, your own space, and you can choose your own flow with it. So let's have a look at some of the things that you're going to get as additional bonuses in the program as well. So we have a 2-day live digital retreat to unlock your business potential with our exclusive hands-on business breakthrough virtual workshops. So there is a step-by-step guide to create a powerful lead magnet. And that lead magnet is for discovery calls. So we're going to show you how to bring people from social media, from out in the world, to a landing page that you create, that we'll create with you, that will then have them book their discovery call, that will then have a little email automated reminder sequence, that will then put them into a funnel with you to do a discovery call. And that also goes along with the discovery call sequence that you'll learn as well, how to really bring in clients, how to close clients, how to follow up with clients, how to manage clients once you've started, how to track client progresses. There's lots of tracking sheets and things like that that you can utilize. And then we'll also work on your website with you over these 2 days. It's a virtual build, so everyone shows up on their computers, and we guide you with the professional website to build. You'll also get a printed tapping journal sent to you in the mail, a 1-hour vision masterclass, which you'll get a business startup kit, which is really, especially if you're new to the coaching industry or you haven't got these yet, super important, especially if your business starts to grow. You know, you want to have these pieces in place. Like, they're fill in the blank legal documents, waivers, privacy policies, just so that you don't have to deal with the headache of lawyer fees, so that you know what to put on your business website that protects you, or what you need to put at a live in-person event so that you're protected. All of these kinds of policies we give to you. And then we also have templates that you can just paste in as well. And then the final piece is the Tapping on Trauma Masterclass. And this is dripped out throughout the program, actually. We saw a very deep need for this, as well as doing a couple of sessions deeply on it, which is really based around really strong protocols that need to happen when someone's going through a big emotional release around suicide, sexual trauma, PTSD, childhood abuse, physical abuse, anxiety attacks, death, letting go. All of these are often taboo topics when it comes to coaches, especially coaches that have done a 6-week program. They're not going to know how to hold space for someone that's having suicidal ideation, for example. So we go into a lot of these topics. You're also given a whole step-by-step protocol if any of these topics come up in sessions, so that you can decide as a therapist, as a healer, whether or not it's the type of client you want to continue with. And if it is, what are the best protocols to cover you as well? Because some of these things can be quite intense. So that's a really important masterclass. So we are basically bringing in 26 people into the program. We have 13 spots left. So we like to keep the container close so that we can dive in together, and so that we can really build a lot of intimacy, and you can get a lot of one-on-one feedback from me. This is not a traditional coaching container where you sign up and you're like the 487th person in the program and you get no attention. These are intimate programs, and I actually had one of my students message me the other day, Hannah, and she said that she joined a naturopathic course, and there was like 500 students, and she just said, you don't get the level of growth or support because you're not getting the attention. With containers like the ones that I create, they're intimate. So you are getting to know me. I'm getting to know you. We're helping each other. We're living life and we're all growing together. And so it's personal on that level. And that's why everyone that comes in, I really like to make sure that they're the right fit because we're creating family. It's not just a number for me. And so for that, you have two options. You can either do one payment of 4,997 in USD, or you can do $427 for 13-month payment. So you have the option of doing either of those. It's up to you. And then we have a 100% risk-free guarantee. If you participate in the first 30 days and you do all the curriculum and you're really involved and it still doesn't feel like a resonant fit, like this is not for me, we'll give you your money back and send you our love. So that's basically the wrap up of everything. You get the 4 pillars, you get all the master classes, the immersions, a deep, beautiful community of tappers. Once again, these are some of my loves that I like to work with. You can also see a bunch of the testimonials that we've had as well. So some of the success stories from different people that have been through the program and how it's really changed their life. For example, Genevieve at week 3, she did the money tap and she was already coaching, but she wasn't doing tapping. And yeah, she immediately after doing the money tap went to this opportunity and sold a 14K contract because she just had the up level. And a lot of the time, that's where it's at. It's the inner up levels that give you the confidence to own what you're worthy of. And so not only are you getting the strategy, you're getting the ability to clear out the blocks. And like I said, we all have different levels of blocks, but there's work to be done and we're all supporting each other. And you can rely not only on the taps that I leave in the library and that we do each week, but also you'll be tapping with your peers as well. So you'll be getting a lot of support. Your peers are often working through the same stuff at the same time, like, oh, how do I sell? Or how do I ask for money? Or how do I trust what I'm saying? Like all of these things are just very normal, and you get to move through that and tap through it with everyone in the program. But we have people from all kinds of walks of life that are having amazing success. Please come in and check it out. That basically wraps it up. And what I would love to do right now is I would love to just open the floor. If anyone has any questions at all, or Vader, if you saw any questions come in, let me know, and then you can just repost them or something. Or if you have questions, you can write them in. So anything to do with the program at all. And while I wait for those to come in, I can go into what some of the, okay, let's see. Okay, thank you so much for your time and wisdom. We can get back to you on that, Daria. Yeah, we'll get back to you on that for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some of the facts, just so if you've got some of these questions and you haven't asked, for curiosity's sake, I'm going to ask them. So if you are a newbie, is the tapping certification appropriate for you? Even if you have never done tapping or you've just done a few taps, we're going to start at the ground level, at the basics, because that's where everyone needs to start at. Because even if you've done another tapping training before, we've had other coaches that have done other certifications, and everyone starts at the beginning, because my way is also very unique. It's not like everyone else's way. And if you've tried other people's way, you probably know that as well. So we all start at the same level and we all work up from there. So yes, if you're a newbie, totally fine. I'm already a coach and looking to bring tapping into my current practice. Yes. So if you're a coach and you want to bring this in as a tool, you're already off to the races, because it's likely that you've got a lot of the infrastructure already down, also probably some of the confidence as well. So that's going to help you with the tools. Probably at week 6, you could start really bringing it into your practices immediately. Do I do I need to do the tapping certification at certain times, or can I complete the materials anytime? Yes. So once you purchase the program, you will get every week a drip of content. So every week there's new content that comes out. If you can't do the content, it's okay. Just come back. There's a tracking device so that you can see where you're at, what you've completed, what you haven't completed, so that you can keep yourself organized. And then we keep you organized in the background as well, because every day, every week, we check in on everyone. Where is everyone? And who's running behind? And we're checking in on you. And you know, like I said, we're taking care of everyone. But if there is by chance something that happens and you just need a pause, you'll have the content for life for sure. And you can always come back and do it. When will I receive my final certification? So once you have done your final payment, submitted your tapping hours, so there's 60 hours of tapping that you get to do in a workbook. And every time you do one, you map it down and you tell us what you did in the session and things like that. And that's our way of tracking your hours. And then there's a couple of tapping assessments as well, where you record your tapping sessions. And then we have one of our leading coaches go over the tapping session, give you very, very thorough notes on how to improve and what can help you. I then do a second pass on it, and then we give you feedback on that as well. So it's basically your tapping log, your tapping assessments, your quizzes, and just the content viewed, and then you'll get your certification. I'm not available during the live classes. Will I miss out on important information? So as I mentioned, if you are not able to make the classes, which for some people, you might only be able to do one a month or twice a month because of the opposite hours. And that's totally fine. We have students that just do the replays, and you can leave questions and you're up to speed with it as well. Okay, what if I turn out of the program because you don't think it's a fit? So basically, yes, if you sign up and after the first 30 days, it's not feeling like a resonant fit with you, it doesn't feel aligned, you've really been applying yourself and it's not showing up for you, then we will definitely give you a refund for sure. Okay, and Kat, I'm in the middle of another development program which finishes next autumn. Does this run annually? So we normally open this every 8 to 12 months. So this time I think it's like month 10. So if you don't sign up right, like during this particular phase, we will not reopen until probably sometime closer to this time next year. So that's kind of, we haven't set the dates on it yet, but it's usually every 8 to 12 months that we'll relaunch. Beautiful, my loves. Okay, any other questions? Okay, cool. So let's pop on a little music and just lift our energy. All right, if you guys have the energy or the power, I want you to stand up with me right now. All right, you ready? Okay, I want you to just move your arms and then just move your shoulders, move your hips, close your eyes, and just feel into the music right now. And now make it your own dance. Move your arms wherever you want. Make it your own dance. Closing your eyes if you want. Feel the music. Yes, feel the words. Love is the strongest medicine. All right, tapping all over your body. Take a big deep breath and a big sigh. Ready? Ah. Beautiful. Tapping all over the body. Big deep breath. Ah. All right, all over the body. Final time. Got this. Dance it out. And celebrate it right now. Woo! You made it. Woo! Lift the energy up from the ground onto the sky. Energy from the ground to the sky. You got this. All the way up. Woo! Beautiful. Once more, lift it up. Inhale. Hold the breath.
Hey, let's be honest, love is the strongest sweet medicine that we're dealing.
And
So
gently bring your
shake
hands
out the
down.
sickness,
Feel
let
all
what
the
is
light
within
coming into your
take
body
you
right
higher,
now.
higher now.
Filling your
Because
whole
one
body
day
up with
you
light.
wanna show
All the
how
way
full
from your
of things
head
in your
to your
heart are
toes.
full. Choose what
Feel
you
light
wanna see,
in every
because
cell.
you are enough, you are everything.
Now inhale from your feet all the way up to your head. Inhale the light.
Strongest medicine
And exhale through the chest. Ah.
Strongest medicine, you know love is. Strongest medicine, we grow love is.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a gift in my life, even if it's for today, if it's for the next 6 to 8 months, if it's another time, if it's for eternity, whenever it is. I know that you know, and know that we're here with you. If you say yes, it would be our deepest honor. And thank you so much. Thank you for showing up for each other. If you want to turn on your cameras right now and just rub your hands together and let's just see each other. If you want to turn on your camera, you can, just so that we can see this beautiful community. And we're going to take a deep inhale and we're just going to send everyone light right now. Deep inhale. Beautiful. Hold the energy and blow all of your love into the field with all of us. Take another deep breath in. Hold the breath. And fill it filled up with light and love again. Blow it out. Taking one more deep breath in. Placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Hold the breath. Feeling you're in a safe, beautiful cocoon of light right now. All is well. And on the exhale, like you're fogging up a mirror, fill up that egg around you with golden light. Thank you to everyone. Deepest of blessings. Thank you for staying on. It is a deep honor to be here with you all. And yeah, so the program, we're going to be starting in, what's the date? November 25th. And if you want to jump on a call with Catrice, please jump on, leave us any messages, questions. We're here to answer any questions that you've got. And hope to see you in there as part of this beautiful family. All right, we'll see you soon.